In 1918, a silent, invisible terror began to sweep across a world already ravaged by war. It struck with such brutal speed and ferocity, people could be well in the morning, gone by nightfall. Was this the apocalypse? The day humanity faced an enemy more formidable than any army? Before this unseen horror, the early 20th century brimmed with the promise of modernity and innovation. A burgeoning globalized world, linked by burgeoning trade and burgeoning travel, fostered unprecedented human interaction. Intellectuals, artists, and common folk alike reveled in an era of rapid change, often overlooking burgeoning societal vulnerabilities. Yet beneath this veneer of progress, the First World War raged, a colossal, devastating conflict consuming nations. Millions of soldiers were mobilized, crammed into camps, transported across oceans, creating perfect conditions for disease spread. This era of unprecedented movement and close-quarters living became the unwitting incubator for a global catastrophe. Exhausted, malnourished soldiers, weakened by conflict, presented ideal hosts for any emergent, highly transmissible pathogen. Deep in the heartland, perhaps in a military camp in Kansas, the first whispers of contagion began. What initially seemed a common cold, an influenza strain, was silently mutating, preparing its devastating global assault. The virus, an H1N1 subtype, likely jumped from birds to humans, a familiar yet deadly evolutionary leap. Spreading among troops in confined barracks, it began its insidious journey, unknowingly exploiting wartime logistics. Overlapping images, a bustling military camp, then a hospital tent quickly erected. Doctors looked concerned, hinting at the escalating situation. Many recovered, thinking little of their temporary malaise, only to carry the unseen viral blueprint across continents. As American troops sailed to Europe's battlefields, they inadvertently carried the viral time bomb with them. Crowded transport ships became petri dishes, transforming mild infections into a more virulent, aggressive form overseas. The initial mildness, compounded by wartime censorship, masked the true, terrifying potential of this evolving pathogen. Slowly, insidiously, the virus established footholds in European military camps, poised for its deadly second act. Then, in the autumn of 1918, the virus mutated. It transformed into a merciless, highly lethal, global killer. Victims developed a horrific cyanosis, their lungs filling with fluid, turning dark blue from lack of oxygen. Hospitals overflowed. Makeshift morgues appeared in public buildings. Medical staff, exhausted, fell victim themselves. Unlike typical flu, it disproportionately killed young, healthy adults, perplexing doctors, shattering families, decimating communities. From bustling New York to distant Indian villages, no corner of the globe was truly spared its wrath. The pandemic rode the rails, sailed the seas, spread by soldiers returning home, infecting every continent. Public life ground to a halt. Schools closed, businesses shuttered, and mass gatherings became deadly invitations. The death toll mounted so rapidly, traditional burials became impossible. Mass graves were dug across the landscape. Wartime censorship initially suppressed news, creating confusion and distrust, hindering effective public health responses. Fear and suspicion permeated every interaction. Every cough, every sneeze became a harbinger of potential doom. Medical science, rudimentary compared to today, battled an invisible foe with limited understanding and even fewer effective treatments. Nurses and volunteers became true heroes, risking their own lives, confronting death constantly in overloaded hospital wards. Masks, often simple cloth, became a common sight, an attempt to shield against the unseen, inhaled killer. Spiritual leaders offered prayers, but even faith struggled against such pervasive, indiscriminate, and incomprehensible devastation. Public health campaigns, though nascent, urged hygiene and isolation, grappling with fear and rampant misinformation, often too late. The toll on families was unimaginable. Children orphaned, parents losing multiple offspring in mere days, leaving deep, lasting scars. Society teetered on the brink, social order frayed under the weight of fear, loss, and the incessant, relentless drumbeat of death. The enemy had changed. From trenches and gas attacks, humanity now faced an invisible, biochemical foe. Even remote, isolated communities, once thought safe, eventually fell prey, carried by travelers seeking refuge or spreading unwittingly. Indigenous populations, particularly vulnerable due to lack of immunity, faced catastrophic losses, sometimes entire communities vanishing forever. The flu knew no borders. It reached the Arctic Circle, remote Pacific islands, and every continent with merciless efficiency. Village after village saw its population decimated. Fields lay fallow, leaving behind haunting echoes of life extinguished prematurely. By early 1919, the virus weakened. The terrifying second wave subsided, replaced by a less virulent, though still present, third wave. The official death toll reached over 50 million. Some estimates suggest 100 million, making it history's deadliest pandemic. Economies staggered under the immense loss of life and labor, leading to profound societal and economic restructuring globally. The collective trauma lingered, a forgotten pandemic overshadowed by the Great War, yet shaping a generation forever. Victors of the war returned to a world not of celebration, but of quiet grief and profound absence. Society slowly recovered, yet the shadow of loss remained, influencing art, culture, and public health policy for decades. The pandemic spurred significant advancements in public health, epidemiology, and the understanding of infectious disease transmission. Today, our interconnected world, with rapid travel and dense populations, remains fertile ground for new pathogens. Yet, science has advanced exponentially, offering tools for detection, treatment, and vaccine development unimaginable a century ago. The echoes of 1918 resonated strongly during recent global health crises, reminding us of timeless vulnerabilities. Vigilance, robust public health infrastructure, and swift, coordinated global responses are now paramount for survival. International cooperation, scientific transparency, and timely communication are crucial in safeguarding global public health. Education empowers individuals, fostering informed decisions and collective responsibility in preventing disease spread. The constant threat of emerging and re-emerging pathogens demands continuous research, preparedness, and adaptation. Remembering the forgotten pandemic ensures its hard-won lessons are not lost, serving as a powerful, enduring cautionary tale. From the Spanish flu's ravages, humanity learned invaluable, painful lessons about its own fragility and resilience. We must continue to learn, to adapt, to prepare, ensuring the world never again stops breathing unprepared. History's echoes remind us, vigilance, science, and global cooperation remain our strongest defenses.